strong.
Hello, everyone. You made it. We are finally live on Trucking Reality Talks. Yes, we've been waiting for weeks, guys. I am so excited. So hello to you in your truck, in your car, in your living room, abroad, live on the replay. We are just excited that you're here. And you are live with Nicole, your host, Nikki Ward. I am the president and CEO of AAWTA. We are a centralized resource for African American women, as well as women of color, and that's what we support. And we are happy to be a part of Street Trucking's podcast, brought to you by the CTR Network Media. Yes, we are live, y'all. And not only am I a woman of trucking and logistics, I'm also a young lady that's telling my business on reality TV. And if you have heard of BET's After Happily Ever After, hopefully you have. If you haven't, make sure there you go right there, popped up on the screen. Make sure that you stay tuned to see a little bit more about me and BET's After Happily Ever After. I'm going to definitely run a short clip so you get to know a little bit more about your host, that she isn't just a woman of logistics, but she's a woman that lets her tell her business on reality TV too, child. Now, let me show you guys a short little clip and let you know the drama that I got into before we jump into Trucking Reality Talks.
Welcome to a unique dating experience unlike any other.
You gave the relationship all you had.
Wait, we have to share a bed?
Can your ex help you meet your next love?
I'm looking for somebody that's gonna make me laugh.
Do I have any low-lying feelings for Nicole? Maybe.
Sorry, I don't agree with their decision.
Are you afraid?
You know who you're talking to?
Why are we here?
You should be.
After Happily Ever After, series premiere, Wednesday at 10 on BET.
Yes, y'all, that is a little inside scoop. So again, I'm not only a woman of logistics, I'm also on the hit show of BET's After Happily Ever After. Make sure you go in and you check out all 8 episodes available now for streaming. And you get to learn a little bit about your girl outside of Trucking Reality Talks, outside of me being the CEO of AAWTA. Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Before you do anything else, make sure you like, share, and you subscribe to make sure you catch this episode after episode of Trucking Reality Talks on Monday night, as well as some of the amazing other talent on the CTR network. And my friends on Street Trucking, make sure that you're checking them out as well. Okay, so I'm here for a purpose, y'all. I'm here for a purpose. We are bringing you Trucking Reality Talks, the real, raw, and unfiltered, and the trucking and trucking industry, right? So we're always talking about trucking, and everybody's always pumping it up. But do we hear from the leaders? Do we hear the insight? Do we hear the real when it comes down to trucking? Because things are crazy. We hear rumors. We hear rates are terrible. We hear get in the game. Then we hear run. But are we hearing that insight for the people that are still in the industry, that are doing the business, that have some inside tips on how they're surviving? Okay, and that is the key right now to the name of the game, guys, is survival. So I really urge you to stick in. Make sure you tune in there. Tell your friends we are in the same industry. We have to help one another. This is what trucking is all about. So I'm excited to bring our first guest, a woman, a boss babe in trucking, that's in here to tell you how she's surviving trucking. Not only how she's surviving trucking, why trucking? And more important is tips and tricks to make sure that you're successful as we do this industry together. So I'm excited to bring on our first guest here at Trucking Reality Talks, and that is Miss Akira Barlow. All right, I have Miss Akira Barlow, everybody. Yay!
Hey, Nicole.
Okay, applause.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining Miss Akira Barlow. Dispatching with Barlow.
Listen, thank you for having me, Nicole. I'm excited. I'm the first guest. So listen, let's set the tone for what's to come, okay?
First of all, that's the part that got your girl excited, is that you are the first official guest on Trucking Reality Talk, and a lot more, guys. So make sure that you stay tuned for this whole entire interview, as Mr. Akira Barlow has a special announcement, which we're super excited to be a part of. So in the meantime, welcome.
Hey, Nicole, listen, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Well, first things first. Okay, so I'm not a driver. I'm a woman in logistics. So I have not had the great opportunity to drive through Mississippi the way that I used to kind of hang out back in the day. So tell us about Mississippi, girl. You in Mississippi?
I'm in Mississippi, girl. Okay, I would rather not tell you much about it. Not very much to say. People ask me all the time, like, do y'all really have cotton in Mississippi? Like, we do, okay? We also have some very, 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 very talented people. I think Mississippi does get overlooked a lot because the racial the racial stigma that Mississippi carries, but there is a lot of Black excellence right here in the SIP, okay? A lot of Black excellence. So don't sleep on Mississippi, okay? We are some really, really hardworking, generational, cursing, breaking folks, okay?
Well, clearly, I'm on the phone. I'm on the line with you. And I think you're highly intelligent. You're CEO, brand visionary of Dispatch with Barlow. I mean, that in itself, the mere fact that you have your own business, that you're surviving in this particular market right now, where the market is influx. I mean, it's an influx of dispatchers. It's not an easy game right now. How are you doing it? Tell us how you're surviving, who Dispatching with Barlow is, and how you're still in the game.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing that I would say is just consistent, constant research. You cannot be in this space without knowing your stuff. Okay. Like, let's just state that clearly. Education is the key to advancement. That's right. So that is truly my secret weapon. Like, there are so many things that I take the time to learn and educate myself on so that I can pass it to the people that I'm working with. So that's one of the biggest things. And that's one of the main ways I'm surviving, constantly making contacts, constantly networking, constantly trying out different strategies, and being transparent. That is huge in this trucking thing. Just being honest about what the rates really are, what opportunities are really out there and what's really available, and just listening to my truckers tell me what they need. And I just try to go make it happen for them.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things that you just said, Akira, that just touched my heart as somebody that is not just a woman in logistics. I'm a broker carrier. So I've had to deal with dispatchers myself. I have an amazing dispatcher. Shout out to Joseph right now that makes sure he takes care of you. But one of the things that I saw in the industry, and you see a lot, is a lot of false advertisement. Oh, don't worry. I can get you $4.52 if you dispatch with me. And we say in Jamaica, nothing no go so. Okay, nothing goes like that. Stop front and stop capping. And I love that you're telling the truth. Do you find that the transparency actually increases your book of business? Absolutely, they love it. I literally have people that I don't even dispatch for that trust my judgment. They call me because they know, Akira, I know you're going to tell me the truth. Should I get another drive-in? You know, should I do this? Is it okay if you look at my numbers to be sure that I'm not overspending? And that's one of the services that I offer that my truckers need. People need budget. They need something to see. You can't just go by a Facebook group. You can't just go by somebody else's experience. You have to go by what your numbers look like and what hits home for you. And that could be different for someone else. So surviving in trucking right now is literally being honest about your bottom line, your expenses, and knowing what you have the capability to do. And that is just a secret to making things really happen in trucking right now. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be strategic, and you have to be honest about how it's really looking for you. Yeah. Yeah. You also brought up another thing that is super, super key is it's knowing your bottom line, knowing what it's going to actually take to run your business. I remember when I got into this business and I would jump on and see these YouTubes and people were like, I'm just going to run for the weekend. See how much I got. Yep. What? Terrible idea. Terrible advice. But it happens a lot. It's happening a lot right now, strictly because a lot of people got into trucking during a time period where things were amazing. Okay. Yes. So post-pandemic, you know, people were jumping into trucking. We had a lot of PPP money floating. So trucking was good. You know, it was amazing. But now it's time for the real truckers to truck. That's right. That's what I tell people. Right now is the market for real truckers. So if you have a passion for trucking and you really care about making your business work, then you can still survive right now. You can still thrive in this market. But it's all about being strategic, all about being educated, and being honest with yourself in regards to what you can do right now and what you can't do. I like that. And for those of you, I mean, we want most of us on here are more than likely in the industry already, but there are a few that are interested in coming in. There are a few that are on this podcast right now because they want to make sure they understand. And hey, if you are, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, comment. We are definitely here to interact with you. We have an expert here, Akira Barlow, and she is an expert dispatcher. So she is here. Make sure you ask your questions. We see you ladies in the comments. Thank you so much. Make sure you're asking your questions, especially many of us that have survived where we are, especially if you're in the business right now, you've survived. Pre-pandemic, or especially when, though, like you said, PPP money was floating around and trucking was good. Talk about some of those differences, how they the difference between then and now, and what you need to do to survive, in addition to making sure you know that bottom line.
The first thing is connections. Let's be real. Trucking is about who you know. You know, it's just about who you know. You have to network. As a dispatcher, when I first started dispatching, I would literally email brokers and introduce myself. Hey, my name is Akira. I am in this dispatching space. This is the capability that I have. These are the type of drivers that I'm working with. How can I help you?
Yep.
And that changed the game for my business because I had physical work. I know that there's some dispatching legal rules that have changed right now. But when I first got into this space, we could call shippers. We can call brokers. We could do whatever we wanted to do, basically, as long as our driver was making money. Now there's been a few changes, so we're having to adjust that model. But for the overall most part, it's literally about having connections. When you wake up and you already have load opportunities that you did not have to get on a load board for, when you have brokers texting and calling you like, Akira, I need your help. Move this for me, please. Can you help me move this for me? I can do this for you, and in return. Those type of relationships kept my drivers literally making money when other people were saying they weren't seeing anything. I would see people on social media literally in a frenzy because the load boards would be down.
Yes.
And I would be so confused. Like, I know they're not just relying on this board to make money. And for so many people, they are, because they never were taught or trained to do anything differently. So all they know is the load board. And so even when people come and they want to work with me or they want to work for me, that's one of the first things that I help them create, a real process for building relationships. And although that sounds really easy, it's not. A lot of people don't like to talk. They don't like to network. They don't like to put themselves out there. Me personally, listen, I'm going to go get it, okay? So whatever it takes, I'm going to pick up the phone. I would email, I would text message. And even after I run those, I always thank them. Hey, listen, we ran that load. It was great. Thank you for allowing us to do it. Can I buy you lunch next week? And the brokers will be blown away just at my customer service and the fact that I really wanted to connect with them, and they would keep me busy with work, like literally keep me busy with work. So number one, having real connections, making those calls, putting your business in the spotlight to get that work. I tell people all the time, there are hundreds of thousands of trucking companies. These people don't know you exist.
That's
so
right.
Get out there and let them know, listen, I have this truck available. I'm willing to run this. I like this commodity. Let's work together. And you will be surprised at how many connections you can build strictly by picking up the phone and introducing yourself.
Absolutely. I love that. Just to highlight what you just said as far as connections, it's key. Being plugged in, being connected, just the audience, people, is key to survival when it comes down to the transportation industry. It's definitely not about just what you know. It's definitely about who you know. All right. And the more that you're able to connect and stay grounded and I'm telling you, plug in, you're going to advance. And if you're that carrier, that person that Akira was referring to, that you're kind of quiet, you're kind of unsure of yourself, you're not comfortable calling brokers, you need a dispatcher.
Yeah.
You need a dispatcher like Akira, who's going to open their mouth for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the importance of sometime having a dispatcher. Actually, I'm telling you, girl, tell us you know what? I like that. One time I remember when I got into this game, dispatch, they're like, you don't need a dispatcher. You can do this yourself. You can drive and book your next load. And by all means, shout out to every last one of you.
Listen,
carriers.
I take my head off to them.
Man, me too. I've never been a driver. I've never been a driver. It only ran the back office, and it keeps me up at night.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, you can represent yourself in court. You can paint your own nail. you can do your own taxes. But why would you allow yourself to give yourself the bare minimum? Because when you're not experienced, and people forget that trucking is about profit, okay? It's about making money. Let's be real. So people forget that they have to even market their trucking businesses. They think that, hey, I got a trucking company, I can get on a load board and I'm good. But there's so many different alternatives, from contract work to government contracts, there's so many different opportunities that you can take an actual trucking company. But people don't know to do that, and that comes from lack of education. So when I say education is the key to advancement, I'm always on people about learning the market, learning who you need to work with. It's not about just being in the room anymore. That was 2022.
That's right.
2023 is creating an impact in the room that you're in. And so that is the important thing for me. I need to not just be in the room, I need to make an impact while I'm in the room. And so working with different drivers, there may be opportunities that I come across that'll go great for a driver. And then for another driver, it may not fit. So just recognizing your strengths and your weaknesses is also important in trucking, because a lot of people have poor communication skills, right? A lot of people don't like being told what to do. A lot of people don't like you telling them about their money. Okay, let's just be real. They like, wait a minute, what you know? You a dispatcher. And when I let them know that I'm probably making more money than them, then they put on their seatbelt and they just let me take the lead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about, and it comes from that false advertisement that you were talking about. There's so many generic, marketing strategies that people are using, and it's giving us a bad reputation. It's making people think that we are inadequate because everybody is saying that they can do the same things. I don't say any of that. I don't sell people a dream. When they call me, I say, hey, listen, last week, some of my driver hands made $7,000. Some of them made $6,000. Are you okay with being in that arena? Are you okay with those numbers? Because that's the reality of trucking right now. Oh no, Facebook said I can make 10,000, and I tell them all the time, could you add me to that same group? I need to be in contact with those people making that kind of money, because I need to be plugged in. So it's really just about being transparent, making those connections, and educating yourself. That's what trucking is. And it's doing the work, doing the work. A lot of people join trucking. They're like, I'm gonna make 30,000. Have you seen the expenses on a truck? Have you seen the expenses? Have you had one breakdown? There are so many things that can happen with trucking that literally, I have a company right now searching for their truck and the driver, okay? Trucking is not for the weak and it's not for the broke. I tell people all the time, if there's no financial cushion in your life, this may not be the best business venture right now. No. Think it through. If you can go weeks and months without making actual money, because sometimes it is like that for some people, then you can survive in trucking. But if you're looking to just make money like the stigma is now, you may be disappointed.
I love that. And I'm actually going to ask you to hold that note, because we are going to finish on that. Things have changed. And this is where your transparency, I think, is so important. We have a user that, it says Facebook user, I apologize, I can't say your name, that says she's new to the business. These are the things when you're new to the business that you want to actually take away. You don't want to go in with false advertising, telling drug carriers and your potential clients that they're going to be making it to the stars and I'm going to make you 6 and 7 figures. Tell them the truth. You have to know the current market, number one. Yes. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, and tell them the truth about your experience. I'm noticing that a lot of dispatchers don't want to say they're new. They don't want to use that new word. And it's like, why not? Find a driver that's new so you guys can learn together. There's no reason to be ashamed of where you are in your business. I was brand freaking new, baby, and I was spitting this game like I had been doing this 3 years, okay? Drivers had no idea that I had literally winged this business in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? They had no idea. But don't be afraid of where you are. If you're new, literally say, hey, I'm quite successful at other business ventures that I've had. Freight dispatch is one of those things that I just started. However, I've been educated and I have taken the necessary steps to make sure that I can help you out. Giving them that reassurance without lying to them is what they're looking for. Yep. Because when you lie to them and say, hey, I can make you 6,000 and then tomorrow you can't move the truck. Now they got to call me and say, hey, I found you on Instagram. Can you help me out? You know, so it's those type of things that I try to tell my new dispatchers. Don't be afraid to be honest about where you are. Your journey is your journey. Nobody can take that from you, because eventually that driver is going to see that you haven't been doing this very long. They're going to see. There it is. Experience is going to show. So when yours don't appear, they're going to wonder, okay? So just save that headache and literally build a relationship of transparency from the beginning. From the very beginning. I remember my first driver, I was like, look, his name was Anthony. I would never forget. He was a coach at Ole Miss. So Anthony, if you're watching this, we thugged it out, baby. And he literally, like, I would just tell him, like, listen, I'm at home with my husband, with my dogs. I'm trying to figure this out. And he would tell me, take your time. Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great. And literally, we grew together. And so just from being honest with him, he gave me reassurance and confidence all the time. Like, look, you're doing great. Stop overthinking this. And so we literally built a great relationship, and we were able to thug this thing out. And look where I am now.
I love that. And if you're just tuning in, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. We are talking dispatching with Barlow. Right now, we are talking about tips if you are new to the industry, ways to survive, ways to make sure that you're able to make it through. And we're going to do a quick little advertisement, then come back and talk about some more things that you could do to kind of help your confidence if you're new at dispatching, as well as just to kind of make you stand out from the rest.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I wanted to bring and thank our sponsor, Beard Mojo. This is for you, gentlemen. Okay, so hopefully you are in, you are tagged in, and you are on. Gentlemen, we like y'all beards, okay? And they're really scruffy sometimes sitting in the truck. So we're going to need y'all to lube them up just a little bit. So I brought this to you first, because if I see one more patchy beard, I'm going to be upset and disappointed, okay? So how y'all going to get these lot lizards if y'all don't have nice beards? So we want to make sure that you have the beard wash and hydration, oil and butter, just to make sure you smooth and you look good. Y'all laughing about that lot lizard. I know they think I don't know. We know, wives. Okay, we're going to talk about that on Trucking Reality Talk. More about that coming up, but all reality, you want to make sure that you're keeping your hygiene and you're grooming yourself. Follow Beard Mojo on IG at Beard Mojo 1. They have a great product. They're also providing a promo code AAWTA so that you're able to get a discount with your purchase. Very important to keep your hygiene and your grooming up to date, guys. I know you guys go 4 or 5 days sometime without a shower, but by all means, if you have a wife at home or whatever you're trying to impress, it's very, very important that you're keeping yourself up. Plus, it's a part of health. It's a part of your health. Believe it or not, you don't need that. So make sure that you're staying up to date with your hygiene, keeping your beards up to date. We have beardmojo.com. We really appreciate them coming through. And again, www.beardmojo.com. You're able to purchase all of these amazing products: your wash, your conditioner, your hydrator, your oil, and your butter. Beardmojo.com, everyone. Thank you very much. All right. And so as we just finished our sponsor, if you are interested in sponsoring or highlighting your product here on Trucking Reality Talk, by all means, make sure you send us a message at aawta.org. Go on our website under podcast and make sure you fill out the inquiry, and we can highlight your product right here. You can give me your information, give me your product, and I will, by all means, talk a little bit about it, tell everybody about it. If you want to send it to me so I could try it out on the air, by all means, I will do that and highlight you. So www.aawta.org, podcast for the inquiry. I got all tongue-tied with all the A's and the W's and the T's, but make sure that you're also following us on all social platforms at AAWTA_org. We have all social platforms, highlighting some tips and making sure that we're here to support you as we bring to you the support that we feel you need, especially to our African-American women of trucking and women of color. We are here to support you. Actually, all women, but we just have a little special thing. There's a lot of different avenues that are here and available. So we just wanted to kind of love on us a little bit more with this association. So we've just made sure that we enhanced our memberships. So please make sure that you join and go on our website, www.aawta.org, to make sure that you read about us and become a member. Don't miss out. All right. And so, again, if you hit that like button, share, subscribe. If you're just joining us, we have Akira Barlow with Dispatch. We've dispatched with Barlow on, and we are so excited to have her on. She has been giving us some amazing tips about surviving the dispatching industry. Surviving the trucking industry, surviving the dispatching industry, because that's a whole nother game as this thing is saturated. And if you're new, just kind of help building your confidence. And that's where we left off, just to kind of give some tips of building your confidence. Thank you. Shout out to Lori. We appreciate your transparency, Lori. You just started the trucking business, and you're a driver. The mere fact that you're a driver, you have a big heads up. Honestly, there's a lot of dispatchers that jump in this game, and I'll let Akira talk a little bit more. And they don't even know what a dry van is. They don't even know what a reefer is. They don't know anything about the equipment. They don't know anything. So education is key. Getting plugged in is key. Just doing things like what you're doing right now, listening, okay? Asking questions. Never be afraid. Transparency is everything.
Yep.
Getting plugged in is everything. So we appreciate you, Lori. Make sure that you ask any questions that you have, or anybody else. And then again, hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you want to make sure that you hear more about Trucking Reality Talks and the ins and outs of the reality of trucking, guys. So Akira, girl, we just left off with some gems that you were dropping when it came down to tips on just what you can do to kind of give yourself confidence, building confidence. If I was a new dispatcher, how would I get plugged in with somebody that's experienced? What would you suggest?
That's a great question. The first thing that I suggest is stop going in people's DMs saying, can I pick your brain? Every time I see that, I want to block them. Because if I tell people all the time, see, I'm a go-getter. I don't care what it is. If I want it, I'm going to go get it.
That's right.
And the first thing that I'm going to do is ask, how can I pay for your time? And it's not to say that everything is about money, but if you know that someone is being impactful, clearly you know that they're busy and that they're running a business. So why approach them with questions like, can I pick your brain? The real way to approach somebody that you're interested in learning from is, number one, highlighting what you've already learned from them. When people come to me and say, hey, Akira, I've been watching you. I've done this. I read this post. You dropped this on your story. You put this on your page. I did this, but now I'm here. What can I do now? Those are the type of people that make me feel like you would do great in dispatching, because you are a problem solver. Right. Dispatching is literally creating solutions. Whether it's a financial solution, whether it's a breakdown, whether your driver just needs emotional support. Because let's be real, these drivers are out on the road, and sometimes they just need somebody to talk to say the bills are too high, okay? Like, they literally just want to talk. And I tell people all the time, it's important that you do find someone that you can learn from. So to get in that room, find a mentor. Stop trying to do this based on YouTube knowledge. And don't get me wrong, everything that I have done in my business, as far as literally starting and building a foundation, came from YouTube. But when it came down to literally understanding, okay, so how do I do payroll? Okay, how do I bring people on without them stealing my intellectual property? How can I monitor the effectiveness of my dispatchers actually working? These were questions other people can give me on Instagram. Right. So I had to go seek out the person that could really help me. So go and find the person that can literally guide you so that you are saving time, that you're saving money, and that you're actually learning. And that is so big these days, because there's so many classes and courses, and trust me, I'm out here with y'all. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally like, oh my God, another course, another class. But literally use your discernment, pray and ask God to say, hey, is this a person that I need to learn from? And literally reach out to them once you get that confirmation, because everybody has an opinion. I have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's reflective in my course. However, knowing the information and getting it from somebody that knows it, that has done it, you know, is important. A lot of people are teaching dispatch classes and they never dispatched before. You know, it's really important to learn from people that are actually doing it. Hey, Jazz, that's my friend, y'all. Jazz.
Oh, awesome. Well, we appreciate you. You dope too, sis. When you come on and you give a compliment to another dope woman, We appreciate all of that.
I'm
And
telling you.
just to kind of piggyback on what you said, and then I'm going to tackle back on these comments. Somebody just said something about YouTube University being confusing. It is so confusing. There's so much information that is floating around on there.
Yes.
People telling you to do it and they tell you not to do it. You don't even know. This is one of the reasons why AAWTA, African American Women Trucking Association, was born. Yes. We consider ourselves the Better Business Bureau of Trucking. We are in it to win it. So if you're not a part of our community, we urge you to be a part of our community, because what that says is, hey, we got your back, and we feel the information that you're providing the masses is gospel. There's just so much of it here and so much floating around. You don't know what to pick. You don't even know who to hold accountable.
You don't.
So how about you hold us accountable for the information? Okay, so make sure you're a member. If you're not a member at AAWTA, make sure you join us. We're on all social platforms at AAWTA_org, but you can visit our website at AAWTA.org. Thank you, Akira, for dropping those gems. And thank you, ladies in the chat, for just the transparency. YouTube University is definitely crazy.
It is.
Okay, somebody said they grabbed my copy of the vote. Hold on. What's the vote? What's the vote? We moving fast.
So yeah, I got a book coming out, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yes, absolutely.
Well, shout out to
thank you,
Akira's girl. We appreciate you, Jazz. Is that her name, Jazz?
Yes, I think it was DeAndrea, Shania. I see my tribe here, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in to show me some love. They know how I get down. They know it's all love. So thank y'all for just showing me love today. I do appreciate it.
I love that, sisterhood. And if you hopefully you stick around. Matter of fact, make sure you stick around, because before we get out of here, y'all, we have such an amazing announcement. Something that we've been kind of keeping top secret in the background. You ain't ready to share it yet, y'all. We just gonna tease you.
A few minutes.
We got a
few minutes.
Stay out. No, we appreciate you. And Akira, thank you for dropping those gems. I really, really appreciate that. So on the next topic that I really was interested in and just kind of getting to know more about is, so we get it. You know the industry. You got a business. You're a boss. I hear that you offer a lot of services that really support truckers, that, support owner operators, support carriers. Could you tell us a little bit more about those services?
Absolutely. So when I started my dispatch business, it felt like a job. You only get paid on Fridays. I hated that, Nicole. I could not do that. Girl, I need to make money every day. Okay. I need some money coming in every day. I would tell my husband, like, I don't like waiting a Friday to get paid. Like, no. So what I did, and what I've noticed, is that a lot of dispatchers don't offer additional services. They literally focus on dispatching, so their income is quite limited.
Yep.
And I had one situation. One of my drivers was like, hey, they can't run this week. And I'm like, wait a minute, how am I get paid? Like, wait. So that really was the eye-opening thing for me. Like, you know what? If one of these drivers decide not to move this week, or they have a baby on the way, or they're taking a break, then my income is now limited. It's based on them moving their truck. So what else can I do to constantly bring in additional money without me actually having to provide the services? So I kind of picked one of my old secrets up from one of my old businesses that I used to have. And I said, you know what? Why not bring on the services that drivers need, offer them as one of the services that I offer, but I don't want to physically have to do it. So I'm going to outsource. And so what I did was created several additional services, whether it's IFTA filings, motor vehicle reports. We have a carrier packet enrollment service because it saves drivers time. I started creating services that filled the gap. Nobody was offering these kind of services as far as a dispatcher. And I realized, like, as I'm working with drivers, what are the things that they're complaining about? Okay, they're complaining about they don't have anyone to just handle their paperwork. A lot of drivers still like to negotiate and book their own loads. They just don't like to handle their paperwork.
Right.
You know what? Gotcha. I got a service for that. Don't worry about it. New authorities will call and be so confused because they don't know that they're limited with the brokers that they can run with. And they're in a panic, like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought I could just get a truck and I can do what I wanted. No, you're very limited with that authority when it's new. So just creating special services to cater to drivers that are not only new, but drivers that are really looking to make money. I started to create capability statements for my drivers, because they will come on and never heard of a capability statement. They don't know what it is. And I will explain to them that it helps them position their business for exposure and to be able to get those contracts. And so we started to educate people on the importance of having those, and we started to provide that as a service. And it went crazy through the roof. I initiated a carrier enrollment package service for new authorities. They can literally sign up with us and we'll onboard them with 25 different brokerages. Wow. And they don't have to literally get their passwords and their login, and they can run. You don't have to guess. We give you a whole list. You're already signed up and enrolled. They love that because it saves them time. They don't know where to go. So literally just creating services that truckers need, that they know that they need, but nobody offers.
Right.
So that is what I did. So that helped me to be able to bring in residual money every day instead of just focusing on drivers moving their trucks in order for me to be paid. And so that was my game plan. Like, you know what? Look, I got to make $1,000 a week minimum. So I need to come up with a service I can make $200 a day. And this is going to be my game plan. And literally, I've been able to flip those services into some nice numbers. Okay. Some nice numbers. And everybody always asks, everybody that I come in contact with, they always want to know about my marketing, because they see my pages on social media. They notice how well put together it is. And literally my content is strictly to showcase the reality of what happens. A lot of people would say, oh, you know, dispatching is not necessary. It's a data entry position. It's low on the totem pole. You don't have to do it. Oh, you can do it yourself. All of these things. And by all means, I definitely believe that. I believe in saving money. So if you start a trucking company and you want to keep dispatching in-house, baby, we'll come train you. I'll be right there, baby. Book me and I'm right there to teach y'all and to train everybody at your trucking company. So just creating services that people thoroughly really need to survive and really be successful in trucking was where I put my eyes, like literally. And it has been a game changer. Drivers love the services. They know that they are completely unique because they don't see them anywhere else. And people also know that I have a genuine concern about making sure that they win. And that's important. You cannot be about self. A lot of people say, oh, dispatchers only care about their percentage and, you know, all this or whatever. So I really wanted to change that. Our slogan here at Dispatch with Barlow is serving beyond the invoice. And that is literally because
hold on, say that again. I feel like you said that too fast. Say it again.
Serving beyond the invoice, okay? And that is what we do. That is what we represent. People don't want to leave me. I literally have to cut drivers off sometimes. Like, look, the relationship is over, okay? And they're like, no, can I please? I literally had a driver. I've been working with an owner-operator for quite some time. I had to kind of cut him loose a little bit so that I can make some changes in my business. That man called me today like, look, I don't care what changes you made. I'm coming back.
All right.
So it's important to build those type of relationships with people and give them good quality service. It's really important. And dispatchers, we literally have to change the game. We got to stop letting people play with us and playing on our name like we're not important. And I think that's because people have not been given the correct service. You know, they have not been taking it as serious as they need to. People have been positioning this to be a hustle and not a business. And that's also something that I don't like, but I'm trying to help change in this industry, is really teaching people how to make this a business, a real business model, building business credit. People can Google you and find your business.
Right.
Like a legitimate business entity is really important. And that alone helps build credibility for your business, which will bring drivers to you.
I love that. That is an amazing gem. And I hope that you guys, some of you said you had pen and paper. I hope you took those notes. That's what's going to set you from just being a dispatcher to being this type of boss babe right here. Somebody said the dispatching kingpin, girl, she is a queen pin. She is the dispatching queen pin, honey. And I'm hearing it and I'm loving it. And we're going to talk more about it in about a minute. I wanted to go ahead and do a little special a little segue. And if you love podcasting, I see that you're on here. We have an amazing platform that's coming up, an amazing course that's coming up in Atlanta, Georgia on May 6th, The Power of Podcasting. I don't know if we could put that up on the screen real quick. If you haven't had a chance to check that out on the CTR Media, by all means, make sure that you jump in, buy your ticket. May 6th, I will be on the panel. Sheree will be on the panel, and so many other, Sheree from She Trucking will be on the panel, and so many other great influencers that do this, okay? And it's really important if you're taking your business to the next level, as we are going to get into some more about marketing and things of that nature. You want to add things like this, like podcasts, to your business and be able to talk about the thing, your services and things that you do. This is the type of event that you don't want to miss. This is the type of event that you want to make sure that you're at, so that you can talk to the people that are plugged in, and this is what they do. All right. So CTR Media, again, is bringing the power of podcasting May 6th here in Atlanta, Georgia, because I'm in Atlanta. Come meet me. I want to meet you. And I'm sure Sheree and the rest of the team does well. So we again, we thank Dr. Tina Ramsey for putting on the power of podcasting. A few more tickets left, or you don't want to miss it. Thank you very much. All right. Awesome.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasts.
That's all right. Let's run that commercial. That was good. Let's do that. Let's see my people on the TV. Make sure you stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead. Run that commercial.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to CTRMediaNetwork.com.
I wish it was vodka in the cup, but I got to be a professional, y'all. Cheers to water. I know they say it's bad luck, but we don't believe in luck over here. And it's all blessings. So thank you so much for tuning in to Trucking Reality Talks. This is my reality, y'all. Trucking Reality Talks. This ain't my reality show, but this is my reality. And thank you for tuning in, because this is yours too. On Trucking Reality Talk, we're here to talk about the raw, the real, and unfiltered on trucking. Ask your questions. This is a safe place. This is the spot where you want to do it. We'll be bringing in your pioneers. We're going to be bringing in your gurus and your experts to answer your questions, how they're surviving, the truth. Not any of the gimmicks, though. Come on in, you're going to make six figures, but the actual truth on what's going on, the reality, the raw of trucking. So we thank you. By all means, if you're on here, you're participating, make sure you like, follow, and you subscribe. Same place, same time every Monday. I want to go ahead and bring our special guest back in. If you're just tuning in, we are dispatching with Barlow, everyone. Man, and she is over here dropping gems. I mean, from how to stay in the game, to make sure you stand out, just to provide full transparency, honey, because that's what you look. Transparency. This is how this young lady is winning in the game. All right, no gimmicks, but all truth. And so I wanted to bring her back, as you know, we have about a little more than 15 minutes, and this special announcement I know most of y'all have been waiting around for, just to kind of close out with a little bit of marketing. That is one of the reasons that I personally noticed her at AAWTA. And I feel like that's an area that everybody can always fine tune. And she comes with a lot of consistency. She drops a lot of gems and a lot of information that can help you be successful and just be prosperous in your business, in the trucking business. She made a point that we forget it's a business, that you got to do things to add to your business, okay, additional services to your business. And so you need people like that. That's a guru to make sure that your business is successful and it's moving in the right direction. So Akira, we appreciate all the information. And so some of the things that I really, really want to make sure that we end out is talking about that marketing. There's a lot of people that are new already in the business. And I think one of the reasons they're struggling is nobody can see them. Nobody knows who they are. Their existence is kind of dull. And I think a lot of it has to do with the marketing. So talk about that.
Marketing is one of the things in dispatching that I think kind of people create that same ugly flyer. Let me just keep it real. Okay. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to go into much detail because people know what I mean. That same, we specialize in dry vans, reefers. You know, these drivers have seen those signs and flyers hundreds and hundreds of times. It doesn't even get their attention anymore. It's like, okay, so you can do the same thing. So when people see that I don't even have anything trucking related on my page, nothing trucking in my logo. They're literally like, wait a minute, who are you? You know, like, what are you doing? And I tell people all the time, we refer to our drivers as clients because they are our clients. And I wanted to create a brand that kind of will put you in the mind of a real estate brokerage, from the commission splits to even just the level of professionalism. And so that is what I hone in on in my marketing, the level of professionalism. We are not doing the standard marketing things that all these courses teach you. When you take a dispatching course, they're going to tell you to text message people. They're going to tell you to cold call people. They're going to tell you to go to the truck stops. But they're not going to teach you how to mass text people or how to put them on email campaigns. They're not going to tell you how to put up bandit signs to actually promote your business. They're not going to teach you how to hire cashiers at truck stops to be your sales agents. Like, there's so many different ways that you can actually market this business. But a lot of dispatchers, they market prematurely. They take on too many trucks, or they try to, instead of working with 1 or 2 drivers, you know, creating that relationship and then allowing those drivers to bring them more people. A lot of my drivers come to me because the other drivers brag about our service. They brag about our service. People, I mail out our Raycons. They get an actual folder each week of their Raycons, their BOLs, their expense report. They get it physically in the mail. They've never seen this, Nicole. They're like, wait a minute, I got a package from you today. I'm like, yeah, it's your paperwork. My paperwork. People only emailed it to me. And I said, I know, but we're different. We don't do what they do, you know? And so those sort of things are important to me. And helping them establish business credit is also one of my biggest things. Like, because when drivers come to me, I want them to have the capability to grow. I want them to be able to buy more than 1 truck. I want them to be able to lease on people. So I'm going to educate you. I'm going to train you. I do webinars with my drivers. Like, we have phone calls once a month about wealth building. You know, I bring in other speakers and people that can help them grow. If I know that Nicole has the key to the ports, baby, I'm going to get Nicole on a conference call with my drivers and we've got to talk. Like, it's really important to market your true capability. And my capability is bringing the bacon. That's my capability. I know how to make the money. And so once I create a strategy, once I'm giving them something tangible, they love it. And my marketing is always transparent. People tell me all the time, I don't really see you market, because we don't have to. I don't have to do those things as much anymore because I've already built up my relationship with the drivers that I'm working with. And that's the thing about dispatching. You don't have to market all the time. If you're bringing in 5, 10 drivers, you're doing a great job, then these people are going to ride with you. You don't have to keep marketing over and over, but you do need to be sure that your marketing is true. What can you really do? And you don't know yet. So just be honest. And I'm seeing a lot of people, like, I used to post those same Indeed ads, you know, the same thing, because that's what they teach you. That's what they tell you on YouTube University. You know, nobody tells you to send actual business proposals to people that you want to work with. Because, baby, when I spot you and you got 6 trucks, I want to work with you. So I'm marketing to you. So I'm mailing you things. I am sending you video content. It's really, really important for me to create something that is completely different. And that is what I try to do. And that is what I try to encourage other dispatchers to do. Create your own lane. Whatever interests you when it comes, everybody knows I love to get my hair done. I think everybody on Instagram knows it. They know I love to get my hair done. Everybody knows it. And so I use that when I talk to drivers. Hey, listen, I'm a pretty girl. I like to get my hair done. So this is what I'll be doing during this time. And I literally build that relationship, and I learn what they like. I learn what they don't like. And we literally just grow together. And I think that's what so many dispatchers forget to do. They forget to build relationships and grow with their drivers. They're just so caught on, I got to post today. Here's a top secret. These drivers are not on Instagram, okay? They're not there. Okay, they're driving.
Okay, 11 hours, actually. All right.
They're driving, you know? So be smart about your marketing. Most people that follow me are other dispatchers. They're other dispatchers. I have other dispatchers that will post me on their page, which I think is a terrible idea. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And I know what God has for us is individual and nobody can take it. But McDonald's is never going to post Burger King, okay? Never. Wendy's is never going to post McDonald's. So we have to be strategic and understand business. Somebody posted me, a dispatching company posted one of my reels and 3 people inboxed me and said that they saw me on her page and they wanted to work with me. That was not her intention. Her intention was to support me. And that's why I tell people all the time, you have to make sure that your message is coming across clearly. When I work with dispatchers and I train them and I look at their social media is strictly about them. It's never about a driver. It's never about what they can bring to the table. It's literally about them. Drivers don't want to see you at your computer every day. They don't want to see that. They want to see you in the field. They want to see you making calls. They want to see you doing what you're advertising that you do. So I tell people all the time, market based on your ideal driver. When I first started dispatching, baby, I would take anybody. But that changed really fast. You have to create an ideal carrier. Do you want to work with seasoned drivers? Do you want to work with new authorities? Do you want to work with young drivers, old drivers? I have a thing. I don't like to work with drivers under 35 because they're not for real. They're not for real. If you don't have any real bills to pay, I'd be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's really important to identify who is my market, who is my target market. And most of my carriers that I work with are people that are looking to grow their companies. They want to get additional trucks. They want to get into government contracts. They want to get off those load boards. And so that is what I provide. I provide that service for them. And I market just that. I don't market that I can do invoicing. I don't market that I can handle your factoring. Like, that's not important. But I market that I know brokers. I have literally 2,000 plus brokers in my system.
I love that. And
that's important. Market what you can do. Don't market what you think people are saying or what you think people know. I know my strong point is making that money. I know that's my strong point. So that's what I advertise. And that's important. Market what you're actually doing. Don't just copy what everybody else flyers say. Don't go get you a little ugly logo with an 18-wheeler on it because everybody got it. Go, do your thing. I tell people all the time, like when I saw people in trucking, everybody had like a collar shirt. Like everybody. It's like everybody got a collar shirt with a logo on it. It's like, I don't want to wear that. Like, I need something a little more spicy.
Something cute, right? Something cute. No.
Yes. And so that's what made me start my other brand, Pretty Girls Dispatch Trucks, because it was important for people to know that, we are pretty and we are women. We have that, but we're also knowledgeable and we also know how to make trucking happen. Women, we're killing this trucking thing. Like, we're killing it. We're killing it. And it's so important to represent that. It's so important to represent that. So find your ideal carrier, know where they are. If your ideal carrier is an older guy, he's probably not at the truck stops, but his wife is probably at home checking his mailbox. So you need to be sending him postcards. You know what I'm saying? So being strategic. I've also noticed that a lot of dispatchers don't have a system. These courses are telling them, go get Excel. You can use Google Sheets, or, you can just write it down. We actually have a system. I use a CRM to monitor my follow-ups, to monitor my calls, to monitor birthdays. I keep notes on everything. If I talk to a driver and he tells me that, he's having marital problems, he got a daughter going off to prom, he got a son going to college, baby, I'm documenting everything, okay? That's right. Because it's a red flag, okay? I won't forget these red flags.
I need to know when he tells me that he's going to abandon my truck on the side of the road because he need to go find his wife because he can't reach her for 2 days. What's going on?
So I need to know all of these things. Your daughter going to prom, I know that's going to be a $3,000 expense, okay? So I know that my money might be a little late this week because it is. So when they come back and say, oh, my grandma died, I'm like, yeah, but your daughter went to prom last week too. You know what I'm saying? So wait a minute. Wow. So it's important to really know, you know what I'm saying? Really listen and build these relationships. It's really important.
Absolutely. I definitely feel like building relationships is key. One of the things Miss Sheree from She Truckin' said, word of mouth and networking is key. This lady's been in the game 6 years. Okay. So when you hear the GOAT, greatest of all time speak, you better listen. I tell people all the time, I'm here places like her, associations like her. So by all means, that's right. Word of mouth and networking is key, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Any questions since 2014? Okay, and it's her anniversary.
Oh,
Make sure you say
go ahead.
happy anniversary. Drop into She's
Yes.
Trucking and tell her happy anniversary. We are so excited to have her around. If it wasn't for platforms like her that support women like us, I'm not even sure where associations like me would be. So we really appreciate She Truck, and we appreciate Sheree and just the support that she has for the industry and just the passion, let alone. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Man, time went by so fast. I was so excited about this. All right, well, we can't let the people leave the people hanging, y'all. Y'all see how a great and amazing Miss Akira Barlow is. We appreciate the information here that she's dropping. Before she gives that special announcement, I actually want her to let everybody know where she can be found. I know she has a book. I hate that we ran out of time, but drop what you can in 2 minutes, sis, because we let the people know they're gonna see you again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Real soon.
Y'all, thanks so much for tuning in to the podcast today. It's been amazing. Of course, you guys can reach me on Instagram, Dispatch with Barlow. You can't miss me. I'm there. I'm dropping reels. I'm dropping content. You can check me out there. My bio has all of my links. Dispatch with Barlow is, in fact, the brand that I've created for truckers. If you're looking for education or you need some assistance, then I do have a free training, okay? I do have a free dispatch training, literally. I think we have it rolling across the screen in just a second, but literally go to freedispatchtraining.com/free training, or you can text me, train me at 601-315-1856. Shoot me over a message. You'll automatically receive a free training. I definitely encourage people to get into this space. I think McDonald's is laying some people off today. There's been a lot of tech companies laying people off. Create your own income, block out the noise, create your own business structure, and this is definitely something you can do. So on Instagram, I'm Dispatch with Barlow. The website to reach me is dispatchwithbarlow.com. Jump in my DMs. I don't mind answering them unless you want to pick my brain, okay? I would pretty much answer anything. So absolutely, check me out. And I do have a book that is out. The book is called The Dispatch Success Vault. And it's actually a series of formulas to teach you different financial strategies to survive in dispatching. So if you're having a hard time trying to figure out how to get the bag, how to get them 6 figures, don't worry. I already did all the thinking for you. You just have to execute. So definitely check me out on Instagram so that you're able to grab that book.
I love it. I love it. Make sure that you follow our girl, Miss Akira Barlow. She has amazing, amazing content, CEO, brand visionary. And now AAWTA's first official brand ambassador.
That's right, y'all. Did y'all hear Nicole?
Oh my God.
Did y'all hear Nicole?
That is the news. That is the news.
Brand ambassador, y'all, for AAWTA. So you know my tribe, Jazz D, all of y'all know y'all have to join the membership. Membership is $1, and we're going to be doing some amazing big things. And with me being the brand ambassador, the very first, y'all, I've made history. So y'all know I'm going to bring it, okay? I am going to bring it. It's a great organization. Of course, it is geared towards African-American women, but we welcome any woman, okay? Any woman. So yes, I am the first brand ambassador for African-American Women Trucking Association, y'all. I am so pumped and can't wait to get this thing moving for y'all. Awesome. We got some great things in store. So Nicole, thank you guys for choosing me to do it. I can't wait. I really can't.
Thank you for being a part and the community and being dedicated to the transportation industry. Trucking needs you. We need you. Women need you. We need women just like you that support our vision and can help us be better, stronger, and faster. So we thank you for that, Ms. Akira. And we are so excited to have you as our first official brand ambassador at AAWTA, African American Woman Trucking Association. Thank you. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your participation. We appreciate you. Make sure you stay locked in. If you're not connected to any Facebook groups or any groups or with anybody, make sure that you do. She Trucking has an amazing community. It's been around 6 years. Again, I always tell people this is a sisterhood, not a competition. So make sure you lock in with She Trucking. Make sure you lock in with AAWTA, and definitely lock in with my girl, Miss Akira Barlow, as you will see more of her and what we are planning to do. And we need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. We want all of you to
Come
be
on, Angela. I need you to join everybody.
We appreciate it. All right, guys, it's almost that time. Same place, same time next week. Thank you for the first episode of Trucking Reality Talks. We hope you enjoyed it with your host, Nicole Nikki, AAWTA CEO and president, as well as Miss Reality TV on BET's After Happily Ever After. If you haven't watched it, make sure you catch it. We appreciate you. That is me and my ex-husband, Mr. Mike 69 Boys. Whoop, there it is. I know y'all know who that is. Come on now. Make sure y'all catch us, and I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you. Have a great night, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
Go to CTRMN.com and purchase my book.